The LMG meta, I am curious for Tanner's opinion on this as well. The LMG meta, in my view, is shit. Pretty trash. And here's why. The PKM and the Bruin are miles better than everything else. They have the same fire rate and the same damage range. Their only difference is attachment selection. The Bruin has skeleton stock, for example, which is insane that the PKM doesn't have. The PKM has snatch grip. I think it's snatch grip. Snatch something. I remember snatch, trust me.
Yeah.
Which the Bruin doesn't have, which is also an insane attachment. But besides some attachments of those kinds, they're virtually identical. Same exact fire rate, same exact damage range. Their only differences are in attachment selection. And as a result, those are miles better than every other LMG. But it's tough to say that it's a shit meta, although ultimately I will say that because there are some interesting considerations to keep in mind. The SA-87, number one. First of all the LMGs got a buff like 4 to 5 weeks ago that made them all much better. Every LMG benefited from this pretty much. And we went over this on the Dropshot of Call of Duty podcast. Go into the archives. So the SA-87, for example, is very good, but it's hard for me to call it an LMG. It behaves like an assault rifle. It's got a 30 round mag by default. You can also get a 50 or a 60 on it. It handles more slowly. It fires more slowly. And it has 7.62 instead of 5.56 like an assault rifle. But real similar to a Scar, real similar to an Odin. Hard to say they're much different. And it's hard for me to categorize it differently. But the game has chosen to do that. But nonetheless, after these LMG buffs and the open bolt delay getting removed for the SA-87, it's quite fucking good. It's quite good. And you can configure this to be a fucking dick machine. That like has pretty good draw speed, pretty good sprint to fire speed, and you still maintain that 7.62 ammo to just dick kids down, no Maxwell. So Tanner, let me get your thoughts so far. PKM, Bruin, SA-87.
I agree with what you're saying. I really haven't put much time into the Bruin. The PKM I do like a lot, and that's the only the only LMG I've ever liked. My biggest issue with them is the movement speed is just so bad with LMGs. Like, I don't care how fast it kills. Having to run around that slowly, I just can't handle that. So no matter which way you look at it, LMGs aren't good. Now, when it comes to Warzone, possibly, maybe you can make a case for one or two of them, but still, it's just the movement speed is destroyed, and they're not fun to use outside of the PKM. The SA-87, it's still not going to be good because, like you were saying to Tar about the AUG 5.56, it's like, okay, you could set the SA-87 up that way, but it's still worse than all the ARs. So what's the point?
Yeah, it's a perfectly serviceable point. I agree with you. I think all the conversion kits, it's not, I wouldn't go that far. All the conversion kits are a bait because, like, oh, I can make my Holger an assault rifle. It's like, okay, cool. How many attachment slots did you spend to make your Holger an assault rifle, bro? Fucking 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Here's what else you could do. Pick an assault rifle and you spend 0 attachments making an assault rifle. And now you have 5 attachment slots as opposed to 2. I see your point about the SA-87. That is fair. So that's fair.
I'll be back.
And then also, like, the MG34, and I was saying this in the pre-show as well, has the fastest time to kill of any full auto weapon in this game. But it is incredibly immobile, super slow movement speed, super slow sprint to fire, super slow ADS speed. And the reload time, I think, is the slowest in the entire game. It's very, very fucking slow reload, which makes it almost unusable. But if you're ADS'd already and you've got fucking bullets in the belt, you're going to kill people faster than anything else that's full auto in this shit game. And it shows. When I was getting Damascus, dude, 10s, Dom, Euphrates Bridge, my MG34, mounting up on that bridge like a fucking doctor, just dicking kids down, dude. No Maxwell. So gross. It killed so fast. It was unconscionable, unfair, disgusting, fantastic, really. But it's not worth the terrible mobility and reload speed, ultimately, in my view. So that's why this kind of muddies the LMG waters a little bit. Because the MG34 is actually really good in the right circumstances. And then the M91 and the Holger are unequivocally awful. There's nothing good about either of them, ever. Under any circumstances, they're shit. They're complete dog shit. You should never use either of them. Under any circumstances, ever. Neither of them do literally anything as well or better than any other gun in this game. So they can be dismissed out of hand. They're trash. They're complete fucking trash.
They're so fucking bad.
There's no reason to use either of them. Your thoughts on the MG34, the M91, and the Holger, Tanner, while I go get an alcoholic beverage from my miniature refrigerator.
They're all shit. So, the MG34. Well, okay, here's the thing. Didn't we all like the Holger when it came out? Because I'm pretty sure you really enjoyed it. I put a little bit of time into it. I didn't think it was the worst thing at first, but if you're going with an LMG, the PKM is going to be better than everything. But I thought you really liked the Holger.
It's not, I don't remember, to be honest. It's not that it's bad. It's just that it's not good. There's no reason to use it. Just like the AUG. It's like, yeah, the Holger's all right, but it's not better than anything else. You know, like it's fine, but it's not great. You know, it doesn't do anything particularly well.
Yeah.
That's basically where I'm at. And then the M91 is unequivocally shit as well. It doesn't even have versatility. It has nothing. It's awful.